Umbrellas and galoshes protect you from rain, snow, and hail, but how about a shower of spiders, companions, and mysterious raw meat? It turns out that people sooner or later surprised them all as they fell from the sky. While some unusual rain events are easily attributable to atmospheric forces, others have remained unsolved meteorological mysteries for hundreds of years. Join us now as we take a look at some of the strangest weather events to ever hit the planet and see what science can fix. Before we start our video, give us a small favor. Like our video and subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon and get a notification for more upcoming videos. Let's start this video from the number 10. Frozen iguanas. The National Weather Service in Florida in America has been warning that frozen iguanas are expected to fall from trees as temperatures drop. Yep, iguanas can freeze once temperatures drop to around 4 degrees Celsius. These cold-blooded creatures get energy from the warmth of the sunday. But they slow down as temperatures drop, eventually becoming immobile and losing their grip on the trees they live in, which means they just fall out. But not to worry, they aren't dead. The iguanas will eventually thaw and get moving again. The NWS sent a message on Twitter to let the public know that they may see falling iguanas. They can be a danger if they just fall from trees onto cars, or even onto people. Don't forget, they aren't all small creatures. An adult male iguana can grow up to 5 feet in length. But people in Florida aren't too worried, as it's something that happens most winters. The reason why the lizards have such a hard time in winter is that their bodies aren't adapted to it. Florida is usually really warm and iguanas are cold-blooded. This means that their body temperature depends on what the temperature is outside. The blood in their bodies cools down in cold weather, they get sluggish at first, and, as temperatures get lower, they freeze. The iguanas do keep breathing, and their main body functions still work. It's their body's way of protecting them until the temperature warms back up. But if the cold weather continues for a long period of time, a frozen iguana could eventually die. Number 9. Fish rain shower in Sri Lanka. Villagers in West Sri Lanka have said they have been surprised and delighted by an unusual rainfall of small fish. The edible fish fell during a storm and are believed to have been lifted out of a river during a strong wind. Villagers in the district of Chilau said they heard something heavy falling and found scores of fish, with a total weight of 50 kilograms. It is not the first such incident in Sri Lanka. In 2012, a case of prawn rain was recorded in the south. Scientists say that fish rain usually occurs when swirling whirlwinds over relatively shallow water develops into waterspouts and sucks in almost anything in the water. The marine life can be carried long distances by buffeting clouds even when the waterspout stops spinning. Villagers say that the fish rain shower took place on Monday, with the creatures falling on the village green, roads, and roofs. Some of the fish, each 3 to 5 inches in length, were still alive, and were put in a bucket of water by villagers who ate them later. This is the third time this has happened in Sri Lanka, but not from the same area. Number 8. Frog rain. Waterspouts may also be to blame for the straight-up biblical phenomenon of frog rain. Tiny toads have been recorded dropping from the sky at least since 1873, when an article in Scientific American reported a shower of frogs which darkened the air and covered the ground for a long distance following a rainstorm in Kansas City, Missouri. The phenomenon of frogs falling from the sky is as real as it is bizarre. Incidences have occurred throughout history, caused by windstorms which suck up frogs when passing over lakes and ponds and deposit them elsewhere, often many miles away. Cases of raining frogs have been reported in the UK on several occasions, the most recent occurring in Croydon, South London in 1998, when an early morning rain shower was accompanied by hundreds of dead frogs. Number 7. Meat. Okay, but what makes chunks of meat drop from the sky? This question captivated America in 1876 when, over the course of several minutes, a field in Bath County, Kentucky was beset by a steady rain of what appeared to be flakes of beef. According to a report in Scientific American, 2 gentlemen who tasted the puzzling sky beef could not agree on whether it was actually mutton or venison. A third man attested it was, in fact, bear. One analyst concluded it was not meat at all, but a type of cyanobacteria that congealed into a fleshy jelly when exposed to rain. At the time, Mrs. Crouch, a farmer's wife, was making soap on her porch when she reported seeing the meat pieces fall from the sky. She said she was 40 steps from her house when the meat started to slap the ground. The meat looked gristly, according to Mrs. Crouch. Mrs. Crouch and her husband believed the event signified a sign from God. Number 6. Blood rain. Blood rain or red rain is a phenomenon in which blood is perceived to fall from the sky in the form of rain. Cases have been recorded since Homer's Iliad, composed approximately 8th century BC, and are widespread. Before the 17th century, it was generally believed that the rain was actually blood. Literature mirrors cult practice, in which the appearance of blood rain was considered a bad omen. It was used as a tool for foreshadowing events, but while some of these may be literary devices, some occurrences are historic. There is now a scientific consensus, 1, that the blood rain phenomenon is caused by aerial spores of green microalgae Trentipolia annulata. Recorded instances of blood rain usually cover small areas. The duration can vary, sometimes lasting only a short time, others several days. By the 17th century, explanations for the phenomenon had moved away from the supernatural and attempted to provide natural reasons. In the 19th century, blood rains were scientifically examined, and theories that dust gave the water its red color gained ground. Studies confirmed that the blood rain was teeming with freshwater algae called Hematococcus pluvialis, which produce a red pigment when they're stressed. Number 5. Spiders' rain. Millions of tiny spiders fell from the sky in Australia in 2015, and it wasn't the first time. This phenomenon, known as spider rain or angel hair, occurs when huge groups of spiders engage in a behavior called ballooning at the same time. When ballooning, spiders climb some high area and stick their butts up in the air and release silk, then they just take off. Rick Vetter, a retired arachnologist at the University of California, Riverside told Live Science at the time, "This is going on all around us all the time. We just don't notice it." Number 4. Golf balls. According to a local news report, dozens and dozens and dozens of golf balls littered the streets of Punta Gorda, Florida following a heavy downpour in 1969. Heavy downpour rains down on the Punta Gorda area, but when the clouds clear, the gutters are not only flowing with water, but also golf balls. A team of at least 4 police officers started gathering the balls up and apparently made off with a sizable haul before getting tired and giving up. The St. Petersburg Times reported that dozens and dozens and dozens of golf balls fell from the sky, though no explanation was ever given. The region is also home to many golf courses, so a logical explanation might be that a passing storm sipped up a ball-filled pond, then dropped its catch on the town. They never solved the mystery. Inquiries at local golf courses seem to indicate that no one was missing large quantities of balls. Number 3. Russian gold. It rained gold in Siberia for a few glorious minutes in March 2018, when an old transport plane carrying an estimated $378 million in gold, platinum, and diamonds accidentally spilled its cargo while taking off from Yakutsk airport. According to airport officials, the plane's cargo hatch ripped open during takeoff, causing nearly 200 solid gold bricks to tumble onto the runway and nearby snow. Sadly for treasure hunters, police say they have recovered all of the spilled booty. Number 2. Boiled bats. More than 200 bats have lost their lives to southern Australia's ongoing heatwave. As temperatures rose to 111.5 degrees Fahrenheit in Campbelltown, in the Australian state of New South Wales, a colony of flying fox bats that lives near the town's train station felt the effects. Volunteers struggled to rescue the heat-stricken bats, according to the Campbelltown MacArthur Advertiser, but at least 204 individual animals, mostly babies, died. "They basically boil," Kate Ryan, the colony manager for the Campbelltown bats, told the newspaper. "It affects their brain just fries, and they become incoherent." Number 1. Various space stations. It's exhausting work orbiting the Earth at 17,500 miles per hour. Satellites are generally pretty good about taking this speed in stride, but sometimes they lose steam and fall. At press time, for example, China's Tiangong-1 satellite, a 9.4-ton prototype space station, is tumbling inexorably toward Earth, expected to break apart in the planet's atmosphere in the next few weeks. It will not be the first. Over the past 50 years, more than 5,900 tons of space debris have survived re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. Luckily, your odds of being hit by such debris are about 1,000,000 times smaller than your odds of winning the Powerball jackpot, so play on. This the end of our video. Just share your view into the comment box and like and subscribe our channel for more upcoming amazing videos. You can watch more videos on our channel here.